Thank you, Emily. Okay, Mr. Zinn. Many years ago, the BIA led a cross-agency annual Indian country drug threat management talks that talked about the incoming drug-related threats coming to Indian country. Do you think there's room for this to be done again?
Absolutely.
How would you run it? And where would you run it from?
Where would I run it?
No, where would you run it from? You know, like from the FBI, or who would coordinate this?
That is a very good question. I would not give it to the FBI because of all the other responsibilities that they have. I think it'd be too overloaded. I would not give it also to DHS because they're also a big agency that has a lot of other taskings. If we were going to be specific, I would look more at DEA because that's their wheelhouse is drugs, cartels, money laundering. I would consider that, and also partnership with BIA because BIA, this is what they do. So if you have team effort, I would do like a mini task force.
And how many times did you conduct it in a year's time?
I beg pardon?
How many times did you conduct that assessment, sharing of assessment? Would it be weekly, monthly, daily?
If it was for example, if I was running it, I would absolutely do it either monthly or less because everything is free-flowing, meaning with the changes that are taking place on the border, then the landscape's going to change. When things are going to shift in Canada, like we're seeing right now, then you're going to have to start staying on top of it. So you start off at a quicker response, and then if you're seeing that there's no changes, then you spread it out more so.
That's interesting. Chairman Hilaire, I'm kind of mesmerized by your comments about a U.S. attorney and attorney general. How would that work? Who would they respond to, and how would that influence anything in sovereignty?
Yeah, so I think that's the discussion that needs to happen. Is because we had a prosecutor at Lummi Nation that we were told in meetings with some of the federal agencies that have the qualifications to become a special attorney to the U.S. attorney. I don't know if that's been done across Indian country, but I think if we have our own judicial system in place, we have our own enforcement, we know where the drug homes are, we know where like the trafficking on our reservation, I believe that there's an opportunity there for us to be able to partner with the federal government, whereas we've already heard it from some of the other testimony where there's capacity issues in the federal agency, and in some of the federal agencies, and so if we can help in that burden to tear down some of these bureaucracies and prosecute at our level at Lummi Nation, then we believe it would really help.
So let me flesh out a little bit more. So would this be one person for all the tribes? I don't speak for other tribal nations, but for Lummi Nation, yes. But that's the conversation that needs to happen because there's over 500 federally recognized tribes. Right,
so
right.
How that would look in various regions as well.
Yeah.
Needs to be fleshed out.
So would it apply to corporate law as well? Because I mean, some of the tribes are corporations, not really tribal entities. Alaska.
I'm not sure. I think that's again a discussion that we need to have.
Well, I think and why I'm asking these questions, I think this is an intriguing idea, but beauty's in the detail, you know, and so it would be very interesting. Chief, one last question for you. Do you like the idea that he's come up with?
I could get behind it. The issue is we definitely need more U.S. attorneys. Yeah. You have more agents, right? You plus up the agents in these areas, it's still going to get bottlenecked at the U.S. Attorney's Office unless you have more attorneys. Their workload is insane. FBI and Indian countries' workload's insane. I mean, you need attorneys to prosecute that in federal court. Those are the only people that could touch them guys, because we can't tribally. So I could get behind everything Chairman Hilaire saying.
One real quick question. Would you agree with that, that the first question I asked Ms. Zinn, that the DEA sharing would be something that would be appropriate for you on a daily basis? I mean, we have technology now, so we can do things internet-wise, and that would be one way of bringing in some technology to Indian country that is secure.
Absolutely, Mr. Chair. The more we know about stuff coming in, the better off we're at about interdicting that stuff. Most of the time, it's a luck game. You run traffic, you luck out, you stop a car that is carrying a load of drugs or humans, what have you. The more that we involve technology and we share information, the better off everybody else is. And this goes across the United States in general, not just Indian country.
Thank you.